Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Good day. Whatever time it is for you. Good to see you guys. Day 7 of The Witcher. It's going well. We've got a lot to explore today, a lot of Gwent to play. It'll be good times, But obviously, we're going to do what we do, which is get into our video gaming news segment first, okay? So let's go ahead and pull that up and get started. Cool. Let's go. Hope everybody's day is going well. It's good to see you guys. Take care of this camera. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, we read about this yesterday. God, why can't I think of their name right now? Who's the dev behind Until Dawn? What is their name? We read about this yesterday. Supermassive. Yeah, I couldn't think of their name. I apologize. Yep, got acquired by Norse. They already owned like 30% of stock, but they went ahead and just purchased the rest of the company. So there we go. Again, we talked about it yesterday in depth. So if you're interested, go check out yesterday's news segment on YouTube, and which would be July 12th edition of Video Gaming News. Check that out if you're interested in seeing more. Okay. All right, looks like Konami's doing something for Metal Gear's 35th anniversary. See what's going on there. Showdown is getting rid of its leaderboard. I wonder what our buddy Tinwin thinks about that. If Tinwin shows up today, I'll have to try to ask him. He is our resident Hunt Showdown player, so we'll have to see what Tinwin thinks about that noise. Best Amazon Prime Day PC gaming deals. See what's going on there. Again, I talked about it yesterday. I'd been talking about it for about 3 weeks previous to that. There are about 30 free games on Amazon Prime right now. If anybody has a Prime subscription, go get your free games. From yesterday and starting yesterday through today, there should be, was it only for a day? Let's pull this up and see when it stops. There's actually Mass Effect Legendary Edition, some Star Wars games, stuff like that got added just for Prime Day, but they were very, very limited time to grab those free games. We'll pull it up and see if they're still available or not. Um, Chinese regulators have approved 3 batches of games since April, a sign that the crackdown of the gaming sector may be easing. I don't know if I agree. It still seems like they're regulating the gaming sector in China very heavily, but they're just coming out with these. It seems like they'll go 2 to 3 months without any kind of approvals, and then they'll just do a batch of the approvals all at once. And then you'll get the same thing. It'll be like 2 to 3 months of nothing. And what it seems like they're actually doing is it almost seems like they have a bit of an agenda against some of the bigger corporations in China. I'm not sure why, but it does almost seem like that. Altogether, they definitely are the Chinese government seems to have a bit of an issue with gaming as a whole. But let's take a look here and see. If we come up with a different, I'd rather not look at this on CNBC, but we'll see. We've got these up right now already. We already talked about this. Very cool. We've talked a lot about the cognitive benefits behind playing, especially specific types of or specific genres of video games. Yeah, a lot of research out there just in what would be considered a normal functioning human brain, as well as helping people with all kinds of disabilities as well. It's definitely there's a lot of research out there that backs up the those claims. This was actually really cool. We saw this yesterday as well. There was a bit of a developer conference or showcase in Brazil day before yesterday, I think, and a developer basically during their presentation turned it around to slam NFTs and blockchaining and Web3 and uh, play to earn and stuff like that. For what it actually is doing to the gaming industry, and it was good to see, in my opinion, because I agree. I don't think it's good for the industry, and it was actually it was really funny because apparently some of the biggest sponsors behind this were actual you know developers of NFT Web3 type software, stuff like that, and or endeavors within the gaming industry, and they were trying to shut down this developers kind of speech that was going on, and the showcase wouldn't let it happen. It was pretty wild. It was really cool to see. We went over it yesterday. Again, if you want a bit of a more detailed look, we even watched a real small clip of the video. It's in Portuguese, so you can't. I mean, if you don't speak Portuguese, you're not gonna be able to understand it. But it's very easy to tell during the video when this presenter, this developer, is presenting and switches over to start talking or kind of downing NFTs for what they're doing to the gaming industry, and everybody starts applauding and everything, and it's really good. It's pretty neat, pretty good stuff. New PlayStation State of Play teased by Insider. Let's see what's going on there. Might have something to watch coming up. We read about this yesterday as well. Neon White is looking more and more and more like a very, very cool game that is going to be a big part of the speedrun community as well. So we continue to hear more about it. I was very intrigued whenever it first came about in the summer or this June's showcases. And ever since, we just continue to see more about it. We've even got people in the community that are playing it. And well, we read this article yesterday as well. So if you're interested in a bit more of a deep dive as to what the game has to offer, check out yesterday's news segment on YouTube, okay? Okay. Yeah, so it does look like all those Prime Gaming free games are free all the way through today. So that's what I thought. Don't forget to go grab your free games. They are free. I am not promoting Amazon Prime or anything like that. It's just if you already have a subscription, grab your free games. It's free games. I don't know what more I can say. All right, apparently Twitter is suing Elon Musk now. We'll pull that up. We already knew that he was trying to back out of the acquisition because Twitter shares have dropped by roughly $20 under what he had offered to buy them for originally. So we'll see what happens. Delisted Metal Gear Solid games are coming back to digital, I think. We'll see. We'll put that right there. To Metal Gear Solid. They might have very similar content, so we might not read both, but we'll see. Starfield fans think they figured out the launch date. Of course. We'll see about that. Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys. Ubisoft revoking access to single player games? What? Pivot. Let's go look at our other search real quick. If you have Game Pass, try this wholesome Zelda like. See what this is. We've already got this. Oh no, we talked about this yesterday as well. Yeah, apparently Bandai Namco got hacked. Yeah, so we're probably going to see a lot of information coming out about whatever data was gathered through the hack of Bandai Namco. So we'll see what comes. Video game character Huggy Wuggy triggers warning from parents. Cool. Why? I wonder why. I mean, it looks very much like a child's character. Yeah. I mean, weird, weird. I apologize, guys. Mm, you got the yawns already today. That's not good. Ubisoft delists Assassin's Creed Liberation and more. This is potentially going to go right along with this, so we'll see. Oh man, we read this about a week and a half ago. What a brutal story this is. This guy had collected so many amazing video games and had them all stolen and got a lot of them back, but man, they had been just destroyed and it was terrible. Company of Heroes 3 release date announced. Let's take a look. Yep, we already know about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is free on Amazon Prime Gaming right now. Go get it. Hogwarts Legacy developer accidentally leaks surprise. Okay. All right, let's stick with that. Let's see what we got. See what's going on here. Get that Java. Company of Heroes 3 release date announced with free demo. An early level from the North African Company of Heroes 3 is available to play now. This was written today. Sega and Relic Entertainment have announced a release date for the upcoming real-time strategy game Company of Heroes 3 and shared further details on what fans can expect. Company of Heroes 3 will launch on November 17th, 2022 and will be available on PC. Along with a release date, Relic Entertainment has also opened up a free alpha which lets players try one of the early missions from the North African campaign. The alpha also offers a first look at the long-awaited Dutch Africor faction, is that right? And details on signing up can be found here. At launch, Company of Heroes 3 will have 4 playable factions: U.S. forces, British forces, Wehrmacht, and Dutch Africor. And 2 campaigns, the dynamic campaign set in Italy and the more story-focused North African operation. New trailer for the North African operation was released yesterday and can be watched below. We'll watch that in just a moment. Looking further ahead, Relic Entertainment has also shared what fans expect from the Company of Heroes 3 beyond launch. Relic community manager John Taberner has shared that Company of Heroes 3 will be supported for years to come with a mix of free and paid updates, and added that a player-first mindset will be used to encourage feedback and suggestions from fans. Meanwhile, Live Ops manager Chris Casanova teased that Relic already has several ideas for post-launch content and will release content with a seasonal cadence. Casanova says that players can expect new modes, hopefully new events, new challenges, as well as more expansions, something that previous Company of Heroes games have included. In other gaming news, Dead or Alive creator and Ninja Gaiden director Tamanobu Itagaki has founded Apex Game Studios. Okay. Let's watch this real quick to see what we got.
We heard them first. Distant thunder, like a storm among the mountains. Iron beasts, tearing through our land, bringing fire and destruction.
My bad. Nope, stop. Don't stop.
Violence I couldn't understand. My father held me close and told me that the war would pass.
Terrible
But I
thing.
could see the fear in his eyes, feel it in his chest. I knew then my life had changed. I hid from their war, hoping it would pass me by. But still,
Sorry.
it found me. They faced the monsters that day. They smelled the smoke and burning oil, heard the roar of their guns. And the sounds still follow me, like ghosts beneath the sand. My world was changed forever. But the war touched many lives, and there are many stories to tell.
Really? A 3 minute and 30-minute. I mean, I gotta be honest. I was expecting a 3 minute, almost a 4 minute trailer to include some like gameplay. It's not. There's no actual gameplay in this at all. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. We'll see. As long as that doesn't get hit for anything on YouTube, you'll be able to watch it when this is uploaded. But otherwise, it might have to be clipped out. We'll see. I'll try to include it though. Try to include it. Yeah, I don't know. No gameplay. I hate to see that. Trailers, cinematics are fine and everything, but we want we want to see what the game has to offer, man. Hogwarts Legacy developer accidentally leaked surprise. The Hogwarts Legacy developer Avalanche Software has accidentally leaked a surprise that it was almost certainly saving for later. The upcoming Harry Potter game is one of the most anticipated games in the industry right now. A testament to this is the fact that it's the most watched game trailer over the official PlayStation YouTube channel of all time. Not only does the game look good, but it's attached to one of the biggest IPs in the world, which is also an IP that hasn't had a good video game adaptation in quite some time, and never anything this ambitious. That said, it should come as no surprise that many Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S, and Series X users are desperate for more details, to the point that even small reveals are exciting and make the rounds. The accidental leak has been relayed by Reddit, where it's been pointed out that PlayStation's state of play for the game, which revealed our first look at gameplay and a release window, actually showed off the first look at the game's UI. It's very easy to miss, but if you slow down the footage at the right time, you can see it for yourself. Of course, it's possible the UI is a placeholder and thus not indicative of the final product. Yes. Whatever the case, it's created speculation over the mappable buttons, which would be a nice feature. Hogwarts Legacy is in development for... Yes, we already talked about that. Official slated to release sometime this year. No word of exactly when. Hogwarts Legacy is in... Yeah, we know. We know what it is, dude. Okay. Well, that's not huge news there. This always kills me. You know, people get hyped about games. They will just try to find anything they can to continue the hype build. You know, it's like, oh, dude, did you guys see? There's like 2 frames in the trailer where you can actually see the user interface. It's like, okay, dude. Awesome. All right, let's keep going. Starfield fans think they figured out the launch date. The subtle nod to aviation history is clever, but does it point to something more? We don't know exactly when Bethesda's upcoming sci-fi RPG Starfield will launch, only that it will be sometime in the first half of 2023. long as it doesn't get delayed again. But some fans think they've got it figured out, and while I'm not fully convinced by their argument, I have to admit it's impressive. It all goes back to the official Starfield gameplay reveal on June 12th, as YouTube Lone Vault Wanderer tweeted the following day. The registration number on the ship is SV821393. Cool little Easter egg. 821393 is the patent number of the Wright brothers' infamous flying machine. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's legitimate. The number can be seen clearly at least twice in the video. This is from a still of the landing on Crete, the beginning of the gameplay video. Okay. Patent 821393 was granted on May 22nd, 1906, but the filing for the patent was on March 23rd, 1903. This is where the theory starts to become a bit of a reach. March 23rd is seen as the potential go day because the day of the filing is the real eureka moment. The granting of the patent 3 years later is more of a gears of the immense bureaucratic machine have finished grinding moment, which isn't nearly as poetic, and also because it will represent the 120th anniversary of the event, which is a pleasantly round number ideal for anniversaries. One other factor in favor of the March date was noted by Redditor Balrog229. It's also 3/23/23, which seems like a very Todd Howard. We were talking about old Hod Toward yesterday. Kind of date, if you ask me. That might sound like a reach, but Howard actually acknowledged his affection for gimmicky release dates in a 2021 interview with IGN. I like it visually, Howard says. Skyrim was 11/11/11. If you were here in the company, there were a lot of release dates being bandied around, and I was unmovable. I was like, if this is the perfect date, come on. Because that's what matters, right? All of this is entirely speculative, of course, and honestly, I think the March 23rd theory is pretty unlikely. My personal feeling is that what we have here is a cool nod to the early days of flight, extrapolated by eager fans into something more meaningful. Yeah, it's a fun and clever theory, though, and right now with Starfield still half a year away at a bare minimum, that's what really counts. For the record, I've reached out to Bethesda for comment on the theorized March 23rd release date, and I will update if anyone actually replies, which they probably will not. Ubisoft revoking access to single player games is dark news for gamers. All right. Update. Since yesterday, Ubisoft has updated their statement and Silent Hunter 5 and Assassin's Creed Liberation HD Steam pages to say these games will, in fact, continue to be accessible for existing owners. Our original information was based on the fact that the Steam pages for Silent Hunter 5 and Assassin's Creed Liberation HD said both games would, quote, not be accessible for following September 1st, 2022. Here's the snippet of what was on the Steam until yesterday. At some point, Ubisoft updated the notice to say this. Yeah. Yeah, originally it said notice at the request of the publisher Assassin's Creed Liberation HD is no longer available for sale on Steam. Please note the title will not be accessible following September 1st. Then it was updated to say DLC for this product and online elements and features will become unavailable as of September 1st. The base game will continue to be playable. So either Ubisoft did a U-turn following fan backlash, or they made a mistake in the original listing. Either way, it's not a good look. And while what I write below has been partially made redundant following this correction, there's still a lot in there about dodgy DRM practices I believe is valuable to readers. This was written based on information that Ubisoft put out and then revoked, a bit like their online services. So let it serve as a warning to them not to put out alarming information like that again. Yeah. Yeah, we won't read this whole thing then. We already kind of get the gist of what was going on there. But if you want to read the rest, there it is in chat. Ubisoft delists Assassin's Creed Liberation and more Steam games. Yeah. So Ubisoft has begun delisting multiple different video games on PC and Steam. I think we had kind of hit on this already. That includes, but is not limited to, AC Liberation HD, an upgraded PC port of the 2012 PlayStation Vita title, a bunch of other Ubisoft titles like Splinter Cell Blacklist and Prince of Persia The Forgotten Sands also now indicate they will be inaccessible come September 1st, though they have not yet been removed from sale on the digital distribution platform. While the sudden delistings on Steam might have come as a surprise, Ubisoft did previously note earlier this month that it would be shutting down online services for a number of video games. Yeah, Space Junkies as well. Yep, we had read that. The full list of titles that Ubisoft previously announced will have online services decommissioned on September 1st, as well as specific details for each below. Anno 2070, unable to play multiplayer. Assassin's Creed 2, no multiplayer. 3, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of AC3, AC Brotherhood, AC Liberation, AC Revelations, Driver San Francisco, Far Cry 3, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, Prince of Persia The Forgotten Sands, Rayman Legends, Silent Hunter 5, Space Junkie, Splinter Cell Blacklist, and Zombie U. All having online features disabled. Or actually, not just online features disabled, but just shutting down online services for these games, which means that to to a great extent, anything that these games had tied to them as far as online content is no longer going to be available. As well as probably not even going to be able to get these games anymore after that September 1st date. If you would like more details regarding what exactly you won't be able to access anymore, I'll throw this in chat, okay? Because they've got some details under each specific title there for you to look at if you're interested, okay? Garden Story. If you have Game Pass, try this wholesome Zelda-like Garden Story. An adorable 2D action adventure from developer Picogram brings its cozy vibes to Game Pass. Let's see what this is. I think I've heard of this already. Okay. So it came out yesterday. Maybe worth a try if you have Game Pass there. Yeah. Video game character. So, I don't know. Cute little Zelda-like game. Why not? Ah, that job of lava. Video game character Huggy Wuggy triggers warning from school to parents. I don't see what the big deal is. Pretty cute. The name Huggy Wuggy may sound cuddly and endearing, but a senior education expert has warned that children are being left terrified by the viral video game character's appearance in social media content. The famed monster. Wait, first of all, if first of all, if a child is young enough to be terrified by this, what are they doing on social media? Because there's way scarier stuff on social media than pictures of this. Sorry. Uh, that's just an absolute fail on the part of the guardians or parents, in my opinion. Like, what the crap is going on here? There's that. Let's get to the real core issue of what the problem is here. A senior education expert has warned that children are being left terrified by the viral video game character's appearance in social media content. Fanged Monster features in the horror-themed Poppy Playtime, a computer game set in an abandoned toy factory and released last year. Seemingly targeted at adolescents rather than young children, the game has been officially classified as PG in Australia and has spawned sequels with higher ratings. It's also prompted fan generation spin-offs such as a song on YouTube. And Adeline Primary School has written to parents warning that content featuring the sinister online character has made its way into children's mainstream content on social media and gaming platforms, where it is accompanied by horror-themed imagery, including pools of blood. Huggy Wuggy, a blue teddy bear who sings songs about hugging and killing people, is appearing across TikTok, Roblox, and Minecraft, the letter stated. Originating from an online adult horror game, Poppy Playtime, the bear sounds innocent but is not. I don't know, it's pretty cute. Kids as young as 5 have been playing games in the playground, hugging each other and whispering frightening lyrics such as hugging you to death until you breathe your last breath, leaving many upset. The school stated that the intention of flagging the trend was not to prompt a knee-jerk concern, but to ensure parents were aware of the latest harmful trend doing the. I mean, this again just comes down to the fact that what we have here is an issue of parents, guardians, not caring, or just not having any kind of oversight or over like overview of what their children are being exposed to, right? South Australian Primary Principals Association President Angela Falkenberg told ABC Radio Adelaide's Sonia Feldhoff the game had encouraged negative behavior on the playground. One parent commented that it's low on positive role models and high on violence. What children have been doing is giving each other hugs but whispering creepy things in their ears because that's what Huggy Wuggy does. I know from chatting with one principal this morning that some children are quite terrified. While the concern over Huggy Wuggy has been dismissed by some on social media and various online reports as moral panic, Ms. Falkenberg said the most important take-home message for parents was not to overreact. Chat it out, don't freak out, she said. Huggy Wuggy himself does look pretty scary. I don't know. You can see his song on YouTube, which is very catchy but has a very unhappy ending. If you hear about it, talk about it. Point was endorsed by Australian. Oh, excuse me. I got the yawns, man. By the Australian Council on Children and the Media President Elizabeth Hansley. Uh, Parents need to be aware constantly of what's going on with everything in their children's lives, especially younger children at primary school. And that includes what they're seeing and being exposed to. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Some people just don't care, though, right? Some people don't care what their kids are exposed to, or just don't see something like this as being potentially a bad thing for their kids to be exposed to. I guess you know what I mean. That's just the difference in people. Yeah, I don't know, but at the same time, like what did they say in Australia? It's rated PG. So I mean, if it's rated PG, I mean PG still means parental guidance, right? Um, but most people see PG and they go, "Oh, it's fine for kids. It's fine for kids." You know. So I don't know. It's the world we live in, man. Metal Gear's 35th anniversary. Konami says it's preparing to bring back delisted games. License expiration forced Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 to be pulled. Konami has stated that it's preparing to reinstate Metal Gear titles that had been previously delisted from digital stores. Today marks the 35th anniversary of the original Metal Gear, and the official Japanese Metal Gear Twitter account posted a tweet celebrating the occasion. However, awkwardly, fans still can't play mini-series entries on modern consoles due to them having been pulled from storefronts last year. Konami said on Wednesday the games would soon return. The Metal Gear series, launched on 13 July 1987, celebrates its 35th anniversary today. The tweet reads, "We are preparing to resume the sale of titles that had been temporarily suspended." The statement likely specifically relates to Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, which had been removed from sale in November 2021 because, according to Konami, some of the real-life archive footage used in them had been licensed, and those licenses were now expired. Yeah, we read about that last year. Quote, "We are currently working on renewing the licenses for select historical archive footage used in-game. Therefore, we have made the temporary decision to begin suspending the sale of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 and all products that include these games from digital storefronts globally starting from November 8, 2021. A statement at the time read, "We sincerely ask for your patience and understanding as we work towards making these products available for purchase once again." Yeah, this is the full list of games that were temporarily removed from sale. And are the ones being referred to in their new tweet. It's a lot. It's a lot. News does not appear to be related to VGC's report in August that Chinese studios Virtuos is working on a new version of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. In addition to the GS3 project, Konami intended to release remasters of the original Metal Gear Solid games for modern consoles, we were told last year. All right, cool. 35 years of Metal Gear. Wild, man. Wild. One second. Yeah, so same thing, kind of the same thing here. Some Metal Gear Solid games be coming back to digital storefronts after they were delisted last year, yeah. Yeah, just the same thing. Basically, Konami coming out and tweeting that they're working on getting them back listed on digital storefronts. That's it. So, same thing, just wanted to make sure. Hunt Showdown is getting rid of its leaderboard. Crytek wants to work on implementing a better one. So Crytek is ditching its current leaderboard system in Hunt Showdown, with the developer saying it's not in line with the original vision for the feature. I think we had kind of read something about this previously, because we read about a recent update. What, about 2 weeks ago? And they were kind of touching on the same subject. The leaderboard will vanish in Update 1.9, with Crytek working on a new iteration that can be implemented at a later date. Quote, "Leaderboards are an important feature of Hunt Showdown." A developer update read, "However, we feel that the current version is not in line with the original vision we had for recognizing the best of the best hunters. This is in part due to past issues with exploits and the focus on KD over quality solo and team play." I think they're saying kill death. The developer cited feedback from the community as a large reason for temporarily removing Leaderboard, saying it's starting to work on a better solution. There's no exact time frame on when the feature will be updated and reintroduced, but Crytek said it will continue to keep the community updated. Just a temporary removal of leaderboards, players are still able to peep their own stats, and they'll remain visible on profiles, which is another thing I think they updated, right, was being able, having a better view, more elaborate stats and stuff at the end of matches. Still, the decision seems to have mostly gone down well with the community. Some feel that the leaderboard removal doesn't negate the problem, though, and want Crytek to take a step further and remove Katie's statistics entirely. Okay. Best Amazon Prime Day PC gaming deals. I think Prime Day started yesterday. It'll run all the way through today, I think. Yeah, it ends at the end of the day today. Excuse me. Yeah, they've got like pre-built PCs, some laptops. They've got some GPUs, gaming chairs. Excuse me, guys. Man, my throat. I apologize. Laptops. Some Western Digital black NVMe cards, solid state drives, more laptops, lots of PCs, stuff like that. Here, I'm just gonna grab this. I'll throw it in chat. You guys take a look. If you're in the market for any tech stuff right now, it could be a time to grab some of that stuff. Just take a look, see. Also, I mean, if you need some other sites to reference and stuff like that, don't forget to use Artings. I like this site. It's a very good site to bump products up together. They do very extensive reviews on tech products. You can do side-by-side comparisons of the reviews they've done, as well as some slick deals, okay? Slickdeals.net. You can go in here. It's a community kind of run site, community-driven site where, see right off the bat, here's Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated for $25. Basically, if you go into like video games, it'll show you all the best video game deals going on right now. Popular deals, front page deals. The more thumbs up they have, usually the better deal they are. If they've got a fire next to them, that usually means it's a pretty solid deal. Yo, Mr. Little Bat, what's up? You can also go in and look at all the comments for any of the products. People will give a pretty good review of what their experience was with these products or has been with these products, things like that. You know what I mean? So don't forget to use some slick deals too. This is a pretty nice site to go utilize just to, especially when there's a lot of sales going on in a lot of different places, because that's kind of what happens nowadays, right? Like Prime's doing their Prime Day stuff. So everybody wants to get into the mix. They're like, oh, well, Prime's doing a sale. We're going to do a sale too to try to pull in some of that revenue away from Amazon, right? So what you can do is go to Slick Deals and just look at some of the best deals that are going across the board, because these are basically deals that get listed by anybody that finds a really good deal in the world or whatever. You know what I mean? It's community run driven site. So use Slick Deals. It's a good site to go to just find out what really good deals are going on for anything that you might be in the market for, okay? How you doing, Mr. Little Bat? Good morning, buddy. 6 best free PC games from the Amazon Prime Day giveaway. Yeah, I've been promoting this. Look, this is the last day to get the Prime Day games. For about the past month, you've been able to get roughly 25 indie games. Starting yesterday and all the way through the end of the day today. The end of the day today is the end of getting these big name games that came out yesterday that you can get for free if you have Amazon Prime and you go grab them on your Prime gaming account, okay? Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Grid Legends, Need for Speed Heat, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, Star Wars Republic Commando, Cool. And then there's, again, like 25 other just free indie games you can go grab as well. So if you've got Amazon Prime, you might as well just go grab your free games, okay? Free games. Go get them. Chinese gaming stocks jump after Beijing approves new titles and a sign scrutiny is easing. I don't know that I believe that. We've seen this from China within their country. They've been heavily regulating the gaming industry. I don't know, over roughly the past year. And what'll happen is there'll be roughly like 2 to 3 months of no approvals for any video games to be released at all from China. And then the government will go, oh, well, here's about 40 approvals, you know. The thing that I have noticed is it feels like they are definitely. It seems like they are against the bigger gaming developers, bigger gaming companies in China. Tencent, NetEase, those kinds of companies. And it seems like they have a bit of an agenda against those companies. I'm not sure why. But this is what we continue to see happen, right? Is like it'll be like China's stock, gaming stock is dropping, right? All the gaming developers, all the gaming stock in China is all dropping, and it'll continue to just drop and drop and drop and drop and drop for like 2 to 3 months while there are no approvals, and then the approvals will come out, and it's like, oh hey, the stock's going back up, and it's like, well yeah, because they've got new games coming out now, and then you'll go for another 2 to 3 months without any more approvals for new games to come out from China's government, right? The Chinese government. And then it's just this like repetitive cyclical thing that they've got going on right now. So to say that it's a sign that scrutiny is easing, I disagree. It's just the same thing we see time and time again. I didn't want to look at this on CNBC. I would rather have seen something off of like an actual gaming news website. So I'm not really going to read into this, but apparently they've gotten some new approvals out. Let's just see if we can see that real quick. What we're also seeing is a lot of these Chinese developers are trying to move out of China now. Does it even say how many approvals they released? Doesn't. See, Tencent posted its slowest revenue growth on record the first quarter of this year. They're not even saying how many approvals they pushed out in this latest release. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. We might hear more on it in the upcoming days. We'll try to see if we can find something soon, but I don't know. It's not really anything new there on that front. New PlayStation State of Play teased by Insider. A new State of Play event could be happening somewhat soon if a new tease from a reputable insider is to be believed. For the most part, Sony has been very quiet throughout this year when it comes to revealing what the future has in store for PlayStation. Sorry, Mr. Levat. Let me see. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Is everything okay? No, you're good. You don't need to apologize to me, man. I am here for everybody as often as I can be. I'm here for you guys, man. So, if you can be here and want to be here, that's why I'm here. So you don't need to apologize to me, man. People have busy lives, and if you can't be here or have other things that you want to do, then hey, I mean that's your prerogative, man. But I hope everything's all right, dude. Uh oh, really? Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's a rough situation, dude. Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry. Yeah, that's a rough one. Well, I don't know. Hopefully something will work out, dude. Hopefully something will work out. Yeah. So, for the most part, Sony has been very quiet throughout 2022 when it comes to revealing what the future has in store for PlayStation. And while some fans have been eager for a large scale event that better shows off what will be coming to PS5 down the road, looks like that showcase could finally be coming. According to Amelia Mond, who has had multiple accurate scoops in the past when it comes to PlayStation, Sony is in the process of looking to talk more about what it has lined up for the coming months. Amond notes that Sony has a substantial number of PS5 units that it's looking to sell in the back quarter of the year. With so many consoles now available to sell, those at PlayStation have now started to reach out to certain third-party companies to receive assets that could be shown at a future state of play. While Amond doesn't give any specific windows for when this new presentation could take place, the implication is that we could start to hear something official in the coming weeks. There's been a lot of talk about the PS VR2 here lately too. So I wonder if they're going to show off some new PS VR2 stuff, the upcoming state of play stuff. In 2021, PlayStation opted to remain relatively quiet throughout the year until it announced a PlayStation Showcase presentation that took place in September of last year. At this time, we learned more about games like God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, and other games. Assuming that Sony is sticking with the same strategy again this year, it seems like September could be a feasible window in which a new state of play or a similar event of this type could happen. Yep, if they learn anything new, they'll keep us in the loop, chat. Yeah. Oh, that's good, dude. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully that'll work out. Hopefully that'll work out, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. I do think that probably some of the bigger stuff we'll see coming up from not bigger, but some of the newer stuff we'll see coming from PlayStation will have to do with their VR stuff because we've really been seeing a lot of info and a lot of news coming out about their PSVR 2 hardware and games that are coming for it, stuff like that. So I'm guessing we're going to get a bit more to do about that whole part of their PS5 lineup. So um, we'll see. Yeah, probably. I mean, we're only like 2 months away from whenever they did their. So September, yeah, September. So that's not too far away, man. Yeah. This is the last article I have for this morning. If you guys have anything that I haven't touched on that you might be aware of, please let me know. I always appreciate that. Even if if you're not sure and you think it might be pertinent, please bring it up. And because I would much rather you guys bring some news to my attention that we have potentially already gone over. You know what I mean? Just to ensure that we're aware of it. Rather than just assume that maybe we've already touched on it and us end up missing something important for the gaming industry and everything. So if you have anything that you're not sure we've touched on or you might be aware of that you don't think that we've hit on as far as the gaming industry goes news wise, and please bring it to my attention and we'll touch on it before we end the news segment after I finish this article. Okay. Again, Twitter doesn't necessarily have anything to do specifically with the what video gaming is per se, but it definitely plays a big role in communication throughout the gaming industry and us as gamers, as content creators, and things like that. So it's important to know what's going on with this social media platform. Musk tried to bail on the $43 billion Twitter acquisition last week, but Twitter isn't letting him walk away easily. Yeah, we already kind of read about that. So basically what happened, like TLDR, Musk had gotten into an agreement with Twitter saying, I will buy Twitter for, it was like roughly $55 a share, right? So, which came to like 43.4 billion. Well, after that, shares started dropping and they're down to like $20 below. You know, the valuation of shares right now, or what they're worth, Twitter shares are down to about $20 below what Musk had agreed to pay for them in the first place. And now he's like, well, you know, I don't want to pay that now. And Twitter's like, well, too bad, you said you would. And so he's trying to back out. They're trying to hold him accountable. He's trying to say that they didn't do their due diligence in giving accurate numbers behind accounts, because there were a lot of bot accounts and stuff like that, something to that effect. And so they're having this like kind of back and forth right now. What we do know is that even if he wasn't to have to pay it within the agreement to purchase, if he was able to back out, he still has to pay $1 billion. That is in the agreement. Just to back out of the purchase, he has to pay $1 billion to them. That's wild, dude. This lawsuit that Twitter is putting on Musk apparently accuses him of repeatedly changing and broadening his disclosure demands, which Twitter attempted to keep up with in order to avoid damaging its value or scuttling the deal. On June 29th, for instance, Musk said Twitter had placed an artificial cap on the number of searches his team could run on the Firehose data Twitter had provided. In reality, his team had reached a default monthly limit of 100,000 queries, which Twitter then increased to 10 million, more than 100 times what most paying Twitter customers would get. Despite those efforts, the suit says Musk exhibited little interest in understanding Twitter's process for estimating spam accounts. And in fact, he acknowledged that he had not read a detailed summary of the sampling process that was provided to him in May. Quote, from the outset, defendants' information requests were designed to try to tank the deal. Musk's increasingly outlandish requests reflect not a genuine examination of Twitter's processes, but a litigation-driven campaign to try to create a record of non-cooperation on Twitter's part. The suit states, when Twitter nonetheless bent over backwards to address the increasingly burdensome requests, Musk resorted to false assertions that it had not. Predictably, it also contains numerous examples of Musk's infamous tweeting habits, including the time he tweeted a poop emoji at Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal. The suit asks the court to order the defendants, specifically Elon Musk, X Holdings Inc. and X Holdings 2 Inc., to specifically perform their obligations under the merger agreement and consummate the closing in accordance with the terms of the merger agreement. In other words, Twitter wants to force Musk to pay up. Musk has not yet tweeted in direct response to the lawsuit, but shortly after news of the lawsuit broke, he shared this image of Melania, widely considered to be one of the toughest bosses in FromSoft history. Take that as you will. Yeah, so I figured this wasn't going to be a ton of news on that front, but the last we had read about this was that exactly what I had stated, right? Musk had basically was trying to like back out of this acquisition, and it seemingly was because of the valuation of what Twitter was worth had significantly dropped over what he had initially said he would pay per share for the company. And now they're in this big situation here, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Either way, he's gonna have to pay $1 billion. Even if he doesn't buy, he has to pay them $1 billion. That's kind of wild. We'll see where it goes, man. We'll see where it goes. I guess that's all we got. So I don't know. I appreciate everybody being here, being part of the news. It doesn't look like we had anything else come up, and so we'll just get prepared to move on to Witcher Day 7. Okay, Witcher 3 Day 7. For everybody that's part of this community, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for helping to create such an amazing place for me to come and be a part of, and for everybody else to come and be a part of every single day. I appreciate you very much. Specifically, thank you to everybody that was part of this new segment today. And to anybody that might be viewing this content later on YouTube, if you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and potentially leave me a comment so we can have some discussion regarding maybe some of these topics that we went over today. Okay. Also, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with us at 6 o'clock a.m. 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day, where we start all of our streams with video gaming news. Okay. Other than that, everybody just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow for July 14th edition of Video Gaming News. All right.